What's up, guys? It's your boy Jamil Munger back again with another video, man. This is the unofficial budget review on my 1987 Monte Carlo SS T-Top. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, before I start dibbling dabbling into this video, I'm going to insert this video right here. The first day that I got this car, well, it was nighttime when I got it back to the crib, but this is what the car looked like when I first got it. And this is what the car looks like current time, February 15th. Like I said, this is like a unofficial budget bill. Any like bolts, screws, nuts, anything that's like stuff you can get from like Ace Hardware or Lowe's or whatever, I'm not gonna really include that because, you know what I'm saying, that's like not really valid, I don't think. Any paint cans, all that stuff, I'm not gonna include any of that. Just major stuff. So I'm gonna start under the hood. I'm gonna just kind of be talking, man, and just showing y'all the car at the same time. Alright, so if I can recall, the first thing that I did when I got this car, it wasn't even under the hood. It wasn't even the first thing that I did. First thing I did was tint the windows. They say you know it's almost law not to tint old school, but the reason why I tinted this car is because I didn't have no interior. The tint, I don't even know how much that was. It was probably like, with the spray, the razor, the tint, it probably was like 50 bucks. I did it myself, no labor costs, boom. So what did I do after I did the tint? After I did the tint, the next thing I did, I got the dash. I was in North Carolina, but I wired somebody some money to pick up that dash in Kansas City. And when I went back to Kansas City in 2020, I bought that dash. I got it for $150. It does have cracks in it. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it does have cracks in it. I got that for $150. What did I do after I got the dash? I think after I got the dash, what did I do after I got the dash? I think after that it was motor time. It was nothing in here, literally nothing, but just the motor mounts and the heater box or whatever. A lot of the wires and stuff got taken out by me, you know what I'm saying. All in all, I want to say the labor, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out labor costs. Labor costs, I paid somebody at one time, I paid somebody $1,200. I paid somebody $165, and then I paid somebody $160. The $160 was to drop the motor and transmission in. That was it. I got the motor and transmission. That was the motor and transmission. It was priced at, I bought it from my uncle. It was sitting on the ground under his carport. He took it out of a 98 Suburban. I bought it from him. He said it was running, and the motor does run. What did I give him for that? I think it was like $500 for the motor and transmission. It's a 4L60E and a 350 Vortec out of a 98 Suburban. Y'all keep up with these numbers because I'm not keeping up with it. I'm just telling y'all what the price was. When I got the motor, it had the fuel injection, whatever, the intake or whatever. So I snatched that off, went to Jegs right there, bought the intake and the carburetor. I can't remember what the intake was. It was probably like 2 something. The carburetor was like 4 or 5 something. So I'll round that up to like 6 or 7. Y'all could pick and choose whatever y'all want to do. No labor costs on that. I put the intake on and the carburetor on myself. The little gaskets was like, I don't even remember. I can't even remember. It was like $30 or something, for $30 or $40 for the intake gaskets. What else? The distributor, I got that off eBay, to be real with y'all. It was like, I think I paid like, I want to say it was like $80. I can't even remember that. I'm not even gonna lie, I cannot remember. It was no more than like 100, and I know it was no outrageous price, I don't think. I dropped that in myself. Spark plug wires from your typical store. That's probably like 50, 60 bucks for the spark plug wires. I bought this belt. That was probably like 40-50 bucks. I got this from the Pick and Pull in Greenville, North Carolina. This whole setup, this and this, I pulled it out of a S10, I think. I don't even know how much I paid for that. It was probably like 40 bucks. No more than 60. It was not $100. I know it wasn't more than $100. No labor costs. I put it in myself. The car did not have a brake pedal. I got that off the brake pedal off eBay for like 20 bucks. Put that in myself. What else? We'll come back to the inside. But I bought a brand new radiator from the store, from Advanced Auto Parts. I don't know, the radiator cost like $140. No labor costs. I put it in myself. What else? Headers. I got these headers off a parts car, where most of, like, probably like all of my parts came from. Well, not all of them, but most of my parts came from the dude in Chesapeake that sold me those headers. He also sold me the wheels. He sold me all the gray trim that was inside of here when I initially got the car. Like I said, it wasn't no interior in here at all. But he sold me, like I said, the wheels, the headers, all of the trim pieces, most of the interior pieces. Yeah, he sold me all that stuff. What else? These cooling fans. Bought those, put them in, wired them up myself. No labor costs. Let's see. Like I said, the labor costs came from my uncle. I paid him to drop the motor in, which was $160 or like $165. I can't really remember. I paid him that. He put it in. And then I paid somebody like $150, $160 to put this fuel pump in, and all the, the regulator. They did all this and then hooked it up to the fuel lines that run to the back of the car. So that was that $160 for that to get done by somebody, because I didn't know how to do it. I probably could have figured it out, but I was just anxious to get it on. And $160 for my uncle to drop the motor in. That lump sum of $1,200 was when I took it to a guy, like a race shop, and they work on old school cars. I took it to a race shop. What did he do? I guess he somewhat tuned my carburetor up. He set the timing. He put my headers on. He wired up my temperature sensor, my oil pressure sensor. He put the spark plugs on. It was actually making the car run, but the firing order wasn't right. So I ended up going behind him and changing the firing order. But he wired up the alternator to the key switch or whatever. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't even know how the heck he did it. But he somehow found one of these red wires in here, and it was making it. At first, the key didn't work in the car, but he figured it out, found one of these wires in here, and when I went up there, he started the car by the key. So that was cool. He drained the engine, because like I said, the engine was on the ground. It was exposed to the elements. Like, it was. He said it was water. He said it was water. Like a little bit of water in the motor. He drained the motor, filled it up with oil, changed the oil, got everything right, man. And he had it running. It was the first time I ever seen my car run. I'm gonna throw that video in here right now. All right, ready? Yeah. That was a video of the first day I ever heard this motor start. So I think that's pretty much it. I haven't done anything yet with the power steering joint or the steering shaft or nothing, but eventually I'm probably gonna change that out. Batteries, I mean, everybody gotta change the battery, but this was like 2 something, I think, or like close to 2 something. I think that's pretty much it for the engine bay. To be real with y'all, these fans weren't expensive. I don't think I forgot to tell y'all the price of the fans. They was like $128 or $125 or something like that. No labor cost to put them in myself. You could save a lot of money. Imagine if I had to pay somebody to do all this crap. But I just watched YouTube and figure it out. All right, now on the inside, shout out to Blake. Go look at the previous videos. She bought me all of this, the burgundy maroon interior that you see. She got all that for me. We bought it from Kansas. There's a video on that. I think we paid, I think he asked for like $3 something, and we ended up paying like $250 or something like that, because I didn't need all of the parts. But I ended up getting these seats, more door panels, back seats, and the back quarter panels. I can't remember where. I think I got this console came from Kansas City too. All that for $200. And what else? Oh yeah, I forgot one more labor cost. When I got the floors done, I paid $180 for them to replace. My mom's boyfriend actually did the floors. We replaced the passenger front and the both rears. This one was already patched, so we didn't have to do that one. But I just paid for his argon gas for his welding machine, and he said it was like $180. So throw that in as labor cost too, if y'all want. But the panel pieces, the floor pan pieces, the replacement pieces, that came with the car when I got it. Hey, I forgot the most important part. The car, I got the shell, the roller, for $1,800 from Chesapeake, Virginia. Shout out to the person that sold me this car, T-Top. And that's why I bought the car, because it was a T-Top, and I could not find another one at the time. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough, but it's all good. I thought it was a fair price. This body is good on this car, so I ain't tripping. Let's see what else. Like I said, I got the floors done for $180. What else is next? Dude, there's probably so much stuff I'm missing. Trying to think up under the car, what did I had to replace? Oh yeah, when I paid that dude $1,200, this wheel was locked up. If you go back to the very, very first video that I ever put on this car, the wheel was locked up and it would not move. He took the internals out of this drum brake. That was another thing he did to get the car to be able to roll forward, because at first it wouldn't roll forward at all. Well, it would drag that wheel, and it would just make it hard. So for him to, I guess, going through all these wires and draining this motor, and actually, it's not rebuilt. This motor is not rebuilt. I just took my uncle's word that it was a good motor, and it ran, so I'm cool with it. It might not be the perfect motor, but it run. And it sounded pretty strong from my standings. But the dude didn't he didn't rebuild the motor. Like, it's still, this is an old motor coming out of a used car. So my next motor will be touched on everything, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep going, man. I paid for a kill mat $87. It covered the whole floor. Go back and watch that video on my channel, all the way back to the back seat. Kill mat was like $87, no labor costs. I did it myself. This carpet was, I think I paid like $150, I want to say. Put it in myself. Let's see, what else? I keep going back to the dude that I paid $1,200. He went through all these wires. He did have this is my fuel pump right here. My fuel pump override switch. I'm sorry if y'all can't see it, it's dark. But this is my fuel pump override switch right here. And then it's my cooling fan switch. The dude, when he first put my car together to get it starting by the key and running, idling, whatever, he had this on the actual key. So when I turned the key, the fuel pump would prime like it should, and then I could start my car. But I wanted to override it because I wanted to be able to run the gas out in the wintertime, since this is a carbureted car. And then the cooling wire, this cooling fan wire, I put that in myself. But he did that. He put these gauges. I don't know if y'all can see them. Like I said, it's dark, but there's some gauges in there, oil, volts, and water temp gauges. He put all that stuff in. It might seem like small. At the time when I first got into the game, the Gbody game, I thought $1,200 was a lot. But when I took him the car, like, it wasn't nothing but a roller with a motor sitting in it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have a radiator in it. It didn't have electric fans in it. It didn't have nothing. It didn't have no gas lines hooked up or nothing. The wheel was stuck. So I thought, you know what I'm saying, for his labor and then all the parts that I had to get, I feel like, you know, it is what it is. That's the biggest expense I ever had to pay for this car, as far as like labor and stuff. Other than the actual car itself, like I said, it was $1,800. Straight roller, holes in the floor, and just a clean shell. You know what I'm saying? Good frame, all that. But let's see, am I missing something? Oh yeah, when I first got the car, after I tinted the windows, I spent $800 on some 22-inch IROCs that I don't even put. They're not even on the car. They're gonna go up there once it get painted though. That's an expense that I probably could have dodged, because like I said, the goal is to have it looking original for a little bit. I want to ride like this for one summer, and then I want to throw the IROCs up here, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of it. But I'm going to be like flip-flopping back from original wheels to 22s or 24s or whatever I decide to do. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, my drive shaft. I also got that from the LKQ Pick and Pull in Greenville. That was like they charged me like I want to say, I think it was like $80, I think. And I got some other little miscellaneous parts. But yeah, the drive shaft is getting cut right now, shortened. I don't really know how much that labor cost is gonna be, but if you think about it, labor costs, I'm gonna add it up. It was $1,200, $160 for the fuel pump and plumbing and all that stuff, and then $160 to sit the motor in, and then $180 for the floors. Y'all do the math on that. That's the only amount of labor cost that I paid on the car, and I think that's pretty good, seeing how the car looked before. Like it's so many parts, man. Like this little chrome piece was like $50 off eBay. Like, there's no labor cost in there, bro. You just sit it up here. This right here was like, it was chrome, was stainless steel, whatever. At first, I sprayed it flat black. I put that in. Well, me and Maul put that in. No labor costs. I feel like somebody should even charge you for something simple like that. The part that they can charge you for though is removing that heater box. That joint was kind of crazy, because you gotta take this off. But we ended up just manhandling it up out of there. Trying to think, man. What else? Did I do anything? I haven't done any suspension changes or anything. We got big plans though. Haven't done the frame knots yet. Like I said, we got big plans though. The main thing is just, for me right now, the main thing is getting my car running and the motor and everything sealed up properly. So I am gonna have to pay somebody else to take that intake back off. Like I said, I did not pay labor costs. I did it myself. And when you do stuff yourself for the first time, you're gonna mess up. So I didn't seal it good enough all the way on the back. So it's an oil leak back here, coming from the little back part of the intake. It's a rookie mistake. I didn't seal it up good enough. Oh well. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to tackle that eventually. Like I said, I just want my car to be no leaks, strong running, you know what I'm saying, the timing to be good and all that. Let's see what else. There's probably some more stuff, dog, but I'm also gonna have to, I'm not an electrical person, so once I get a new harness, I'm gonna get somebody to go through those wires. And I want, if I could get everything back factory working, like say if I had my air controls and all that stuff in there, if I can get everything back factory, that would be cool. I really don't care how much I got to pay for it, but I want the car fully rewire. You know what I'm saying? The essentials though that I must have is my dash, a radio, a wire or something so I can hook up a radio. I need my windows working. What else? My windows, power locks, tail lights. I want the brake lights to work in. You know what I'm saying? When you turn your lights on at night, and my signal lights. I want these lights to work too. The little LED license plate lights, whatever. Like I said, the engine stuff is pretty much good. I ain't really too much in here that I really care about, but like that needs to be wired at this point. I want my fuel pump to be relocated closer to the back. I know a lot of people been in the comment section telling me like, yo, get that fuel pump to the back. I'm on it. Some people saying this belt is definitely too loose. I'm on that too, don't worry. Y'all stay tuned. Yeah, that's the next big item. Get that drive shaft in, wire up my transmission. Like I said, it's a 4L60E. I'm gonna run this car without a computer. I'm gonna run the car manually. I'm gonna shift that transmission manually. It's an automatic transmission, but I'm gonna shift it with a couple of buttons or whatever. I'm gonna do that myself. I looked at enough YouTube videos to feel confident enough to do it. So I'm gonna do that. Like I said, I'm gonna put the drive shaft in myself. All I need to do to finish up is just measuring it. Once I put that drive shaft in, pump the brakes, bleed the brakes, whatever, it should be ready to go down the road, to be honest with you. Because I've been starting it up lately and it's been cranking up. I'm gonna go grab my key and see if I can crank it up for y'all. Alright, I had to put that battery post on. So I got my key. Like I said, man, I be having it on this override switch. Get rid of the fuel pump. Get in here, prime it a couple times. She usually crank up, man. Sometimes these Gbodies ought to do what they want. I don't like to run it too long because I say I got my oil leak. Let me check this PSI. Running at 7. It's straight pipe right now. We're gonna go to the exhaust shop eventually. Alright, yeah, man, that concludes the video, man. I was her just airing it out for real. That's why I turned the video off. Yeah, solid car. It's getting late. It's getting dark out here too, but that's all, man. I wanted to let y'all know the real. Ain't no need in hiding the prices and how much it costs. And I think I'm on the low end compared to the numbers that I hear everybody else spending on their car. But then again, that's, you know what I'm saying, it's because I'm trying to learn and do most of the stuff myself. I did not like paying that $1,200, even though that's light to some people. I did not like paying that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you got it or not, if you could save it, it makes it much easier. But yeah, that's it for this video, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all either gonna fry me or y'all gonna help me out there. But y'all get in the comment section. Let me know something, man. We out.